You're listening to Stories to Create with your host, Cornell Bunting. Author, motivational speaker, and founder of ES Each Episode. Cornell sits down with inspiring voices to uncover the stories that shape who we are and who we're becoming. Get ready to listen, learn, and be inspired. The show starts now.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Stories to Create podcast right here at ES Club. I'm your host, Cornell Bunting. So excited today. We finally have one of Southwest Florida's most busiest women, entrepreneur, doing all these different amazing things here with her Spanish self. It's amazing. But I'm not going to spoil a whole lot for you guys. I'm going to let her tell you guys a little bit about what that look like as we unfold it. So without further ado, help me welcome Ms. Jessie Mendoza.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm truly honored.
Yes.
And just knowing about everything that you do,
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much. I'm surprised. I thought you only wrote books. That's all I.
There's a whole lot. And for you guys, because this is the first one we're doing, so we live streaming on YouTube as well. So if you guys follow me on YouTube, you could go check out the live stream on there as well. But yeah, we're gonna dive into some stuff because we've wanted to talk to you from a good little bit now, but you've been so busy.
Yeah.
And then managing life as the mom that you are and all that stuff. So what we want to do, we want to take our listeners back to the early years. Where was Jessica born?
So I was born and raised in Miami, and my ethnicity is Guatemala.
Ooh, this is good. So okay, let me ask you, because I know that culture was very mixed, yeah?
Yeah.
You have a lot of people from Cuba, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Miami, it's a mix of everybody. Yeah.
Mix everybody, because Jamaicans are there too.
Yeah, and that's how we get the Miami accent is they never catch on because you get used to if you're with Cubans, it comes out a little bit. If you're with Puerto Ricans, it comes out. So depending on the circle you're in, your accent goes along with that.
Right. Wow. Now, as far as siblings go, how many siblings?
I have 3 brothers.
Okay.
No sisters.
So you're the only girl?
Only girl and the baby of the house.
Come on.
Not the baby anymore, but the baby.
So you were spoiled. They spoiled you.
Yeah, I mean, as far as what my parents could, my parents immigrated, from Guatemala. So both of my parents, they both had 2 jobs. Yeah. And just like our countries, the older brother is the one that takes care of the little kids at home, and that was our role. So they got to spoil me as much as they could, basically.
Now I know a lot of a family, when they move here, the parents never necessarily learn the English and stuff. Did your parents learn the English?
No, my parents understood it.
Okay.
So they understood it. And one mistake that my parents did, I don't know if a lot of other parents, foreign, parents that immigrate do that, but my parents never obligated us to speak Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Because they understood English, so they would allow us to speak to them in English, and they would respond in Spanish.
Oh,
so we
wow.
understood it, but never got the practice.
Okay, to learn them.
To learn it.
Wow, that is wild. I never thought of that. You say in one language and you get the response back in another.
Yeah, and my parents thought it was something good that we were learning English. So they never pressured us or, put it as a priority that we knew that we learned Spanish. We learned Spanish as we got older. Yeah.
Wow. So now in school, what kind of girl was you? Was you into the sports or?
Never.
No?
Never. My parents were too busy, trying to make it, in a new country for them.
Right.
We were always home. My brother, my oldest brother, he did play sports. I never did.
Okay.
I never did.
So you did school straight home after school?
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing.
At home and church. That was my life. That was my life.
Was you going to church a lot too?
Yeah, I was born and raised into church.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How many days you had to do for the week? in church?
For church?
Yeah.
I don't remember. For us, it was a lifestyle. It was so normal.
Yeah.
It was a lifestyle.
That's like the Caribbean too, because you go to church Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Too much.
Yeah,
Too much.
It was every day, and then the brothers and sisters at the house, and that was our life. Yeah.
Wow. Now, when did you out of school, you finished school? When did you decided the path that you wanted to go into as far as work go? When did you decided what you wanted to do?
I didn't.
No?
I didn't.
It just falls in your lap, huh?
It fell in my lap because I was married for a long time.
Okay.
So from my house, from mom and dad, I got married in church, and I was married for many years. My 3 kids were born into that marriage, and once things fell apart, then I saw myself like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
So you weren't working for, when you got out of school, you was more like a housewife.
I was a housewife, always supporting my husband. We were always entrepreneurs, always in ministry as well.
Okay.
So as many of us that grew in a church, Pentecostal church is more of, the support that we give our husbands.
Okay.
And that's the role that I took on, for
so
many
you was
years. I
the
enjoyed
first lady.
it. Yes, I enjoyed it very much. I
Okay,
enjoyed that stage. I loved it. But, life changes.
Yeah.
So about 8 years ago, my kids were still little when my husband took another path. My ex-husband, he took another path, and that's when I started my entrepreneur lifestyle 8 years ago.
Okay. Wow. So you're you were trying to figure out, what do I want to do?
Yeah. It was shocking at the moment at first, because for being from, a housewife and supporting my husband back then, and then seeing myself alone with 3 kids, right? It's like, what am I going to do?
Right.
I never got prepared, never went to school, never never actually had the need.
Yeah.
So, I started slowly, trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I'm going to do?
Yeah.
In marriage, I did have all the gifts that I have today, but I was relying on somebody and pushing somebody, and that person being the face of the businesses. So I didn't have the need. I was on the back end. So it's been a process.
Yeah. As you're saying that, because I think that could kind of answer a little bit. So I had some people that send me a post. I won't even say the name of the celebrity and all that stuff. But they were been married for 29 years. They went through a whole thing. And the wife now decided she wants a half of, what he's made over the years. So something around 100 million or whatever she wanted. But then they find out she couldn't get that because he only had 10 grand in his account, and he put everything else in his parents' name.
Oh.
And they were like, you need to speak on it. And I'm like, I didn't want to speak on it because, 1, I didn't know if it's even factual.
Yeah.
But then 2, I was like, make it make sense. How you with someone for 29 years and that person is making so much money, you never want to say, hey, let me have my own business or put her on. I don't think it's fair.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And unfortunately, I had to go through it, where I supported my ex-husband, a few businesses, and at the moment where he just decided to take another path, he even changed back then businesses towards his current wife's name just for him won't pay child support and all that. I mean, that's a different stage.
Yeah.
It was 8 years ago. Now, things are different. Thankfully, I could say, God had gave me, the wisdom to actually, figure out things and to be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
So I don't have that need. I don't complain about it. It's just a process that we go through. But, it's hard as women, especially when the kids are little, So I went through that. My kids, thankfully, they're grown already. I still have a 12-year-old, but they're grown where I'm not struggling as I was a few years ago.
Right. So now you tap into marketing and kind of exploded a little bit. You had a lot of places wanted you to be a part of what you were doing.
So what happened when I had my divorce, that I started, this new lifestyle of trying to figure out what I was going to do, I started saying yes to any opportunity that came to my table. Any opportunity, job opportunity that came to me, I would say yes, 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 yes.
Right.
And I became this person where I could literally I figured out I could handle and do a lot of things at the same time.
Right.
So, when people tell me, oh, I admire you because you could do it, or how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know. I just did it because of the need. I had 3 kids to feed back then, and I figured it out, so that's how I got into it. I started into networking a lot, and just focusing on meeting people, and God gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of amazing people in Southwest Florida that, throughout that stage, a lot of friends that throughout that stage, they gave me, that need that I needed away from home, away from the kids, away from that, stressful lifestyle. And they gave me that helping hand of believing in me and looking at something else and something that I probably didn't see at the moment. Amazing. You just say yes without knowing, but this other person is saying, giving me an opportunity because they're saying something else, which probably at the moment I didn't see. So that's how I got into, the networking and meeting a lot of people.
I love that. Now, having that Guatemala culture, have you gone back to embrace that culture, bringing the kids?
I do. Yeah? I do. I try to take my kids. Well, my son, for the first time, I took him about last October, and he fell in love. Nice. I'm like, you gotta go. You gotta, know your culture, know your food, know the people, and it's just so different, because then we realize, why are we certain ways? It's because of our culture. So
wow, that is awesome. And I know you guys have a lot of similar food to what Puerto Ricans does. And
rice,
stuff.
Beans.
So you're a big chef. You good in the kitchen?
I'm not. I think, let me clarify that. I think that if I would have the time as I used to, I would be. I like cooking, but not often.
Not often.
No, I don't have the time.
You are so busy. You are really busy. It's crazy. Yeah. And now I know a lot of people been always asking, we come to Southwest Florida, but we don't necessarily know what to do, where to go, or what circle to try to find. And some people say it's hard for them to find a circle that they can fit in. What would you say on that?
I don't know. I'm a people person, so I'm a people person, and you know how it is.
Definitely.
We have our bumps there, here and there, but at the end, when you do things genuinely and you just love people, you fit in.
You'll fit
somehow.
in.
And I think it's a gift, that many of us have, that we just, embrace that with other people.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know that answer.
Well, you answer the question, because when you can be awesome, when you can be authentic and be yourself, people will accept you into whatever that circle looks like.
Yeah, things flow naturally. Right? Yeah.
And I would say, and I'm sure you'd agree, between Fort Myers, Naples, there's quite a bit of events that is unfolding every weekend.
Yeah, a lot of events. Network events, parties, anything you want. Every weekend there's something.
Now, I know you've done some restaurant stuff where you've helped some of the restaurants to get people.
Yes.
What makes you wanted to get into a world like that, to just...
So Casablanca is where I started.
Yes,
Casablanca, it's a Mexican restaurant in Fort Myers. Yes. The owner and his wife, they're amazing. And for some reason, I guess, he saw something in me that he thought I could do this, right? And he gave me the opportunity. He's like, Jessie, why don't we do a brunch? Right? And we did a brunch. And to my surprise, a lot of people showed up. So we did the anniversary and, we did the grand opening. I'm sorry. We did the grand opening, invite only. And I was like, we're going to invite these people. Everybody showed up. So once I saw, that outcome, 2 or 3 times that I did it at Casablanca, I was like, this is something, that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
So I started doing it for fun. I didn't start doing it for the money. I started doing it for fun and to help business owners.
Right.
And that's how Dash Lifestyle was born.
Yeah.
I was born with the idea, and that is my idea,
Right.
To always help local business owners, give them a boost through events.
Yeah.
So me coming in and actually sitting down with a business owner and elaborating with them, what is your idea?
Right.
And what is it that you need? What type of clients is it that you need? What day you're lacking?
Right.
And just, brainstorming with that owner, what is it that they're in need?
Right.
And that is my job to come in, and actually help them and bring in the people.
I love that. And with you being engaging like that would lead to this next question that a lot of people have been a little confused on, because they're saying that the newer generation now don't even know how to ask someone out. Let me ask you.
We're going to get into that. Wait. I wasn't expecting those dating questions now.
Let me, have someone ever because I know the newer generation, they're awkward to that with the social engagement and stuff because everyone's on the phone.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, how you feel about, you feel there's still guys that are bold enough to come up and say, hey, can I go on a date with you?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every young person carries a story of hope, of struggle, of dreams waiting to rise. But in too many underserved communities, those stories go unheard.
At ease, Inc. Everyone has a story. We believe every voice deserves a chance. Through mentorship, empowering programs, and storytelling workshops, we help you discover their purpose, strengthen their mindset, and build a future they can be proud of.
From classrooms in Jamaica to communities across Southwest Florida,
ES is changing lives,
one story at a time.
but we can't do it alone. Join us, become a mentor, volunteer, donate, help us fuel the next generation of leaders, creators, and change makers.
Visit ahazink.org today, because when you help a young person share their story, you help them change their world.
I'm not the right person to ask those questions. Because for some reason, I'm not going to say I don't have good luck. I mean, I've had amazing people, always around me. I'm not going to, but I don't know. It's not easy. and I blame it probably on my different stages. I was married forever. I was married for almost 20 years of my life. So coming into that and then coming into a dating stage already older, and like I say, I was from mom and dad, home to a marriage. So I was never alone in my life.
Was never out
Never
there.
alone until, I got divorced and I was like, oh, this is the world. This is a nightclub. This is the drinking. This is, I never knew. So to my surprise, I was like, okay, now I got to go back into the dating. And I still don't know. I still don't know how it works. I can't give a dating advice.
Some people said the dating pool is terrible right now.
Yeah. They say as the older we get, the worse. I don't know.
What do you know? I mean, the older generation still kind of stick to some of their old school ways.
Yeah, I'm very old school, and I think that scares some men away.
So it does, huh?
I think it scares them because I genuinely do it. I'm used to it, and then not because I'm trying to act like a wife. I'm just, it's just normal.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning. How are you? Did you take your your pills? That's normal. So.
They're like,
they see it weird. It's like,
what are we talking about out here? What are we doing? Man, that is wild. And I know right now, like, you know, with marketing stuff that you're doing, there's a lot of people that's trying to get into that world as well, but they're finding challenges because there's so much now, plus with AI and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would say that they need to find their passion, and for me, that's what gives me the adrenaline to do anything that I do.
Yeah.
And once I find that passion, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it so focused as if that business is mine. That's how I take it.
Right.
That's literally how I take it. Oh my God, they're giving me the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take it like if it's mine. I feel that responsibility. So I think, there's a lot of people trying to do it, but not with that passion or not with that care.
Right.
And for me, I think that's what's made the difference.
Yeah.
I try to connect a lot with the business owners, because at the end, it's their vision, it's their investment, it's their life, around these business, and sometimes they need someone genuine to come and give them that helping hand that take that, as that vision as if it's their own.
Right.
So for me, it's more that, when I see a lot of people doing marketing or doing events or just doing it for doing it, to do it or just to fill in a gap, I don't see that there's a purpose behind it, a true purpose, so.
Ooh,
yeah.
Big gems, people.
Yeah.
There's 2 shows happening. You can only go to one of the show. You got J-Lo over here. You got Shakira over here. Who you going with?
Me? J-Lo.
Ooh, J-Lo. I should have probably expected you were gonna say J-Lo.
Yeah? Why?
Because J-Lo got that thing to her that people are like, is she really the age that she is?
Yeah, the age and the beauty, the way she dresses, and then she's classy but sexy. Yeah, everything about her.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, everything about her.
It's beautiful. And I know people now they're hearing like you got 3 kids, they're like, oh, so maybe she's a little older than I thought she is. Because you don't look your age.
Yeah.
If you was to tell
don't ask me my age.
No.
I didn't have a problem a few years ago. I was proud, like, I'm this age.
Yeah.
Now it's like, don't ask me.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, you still look pretty young, so this is good. And you maintain what that look like. I got to say, though, the Spanish community is really embraces everyone. So, like, because last year, one of the community, they embrace and acknowledge some of your work, and they gave you like a...
Oh, yeah. They gave me a Latin award, right? Through Maryland, Santiago, And it was something really nice.
That's beautiful. And I know a lot of people saw that and I was like, yo, this is beautiful.
Yeah, that's right. You were there. You were there.
Came and saw what that looked like. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah. And the way you guys party is a whole nother...
Party?
Like... Just the Spanish in general, they just party hard and just... Yeah,
we do. We find the fun, right? I mean, you guys do too.
We do. We try.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot. You guys have the fashion down too. I like that.
Yeah. You think so?
I think so. You don't think you guys do a good job with the fashion?
We do. Yeah. I mean, not everybody, but just like, look at you. Look at you, sir. Who's talking about fashion? Look. I wish you guys could see his shoes.
Every now and then I pull a few things out.
Yeah.
But I knew I was going to have you on the show today, so I was like, how am I showing up? Because I did go through a few outfits.
Yeah, that's good. We're kind of like matching, so it's good.
Yeah, we did that today. Yeah. So some of the stuff now, like that you're doing, and then like you get into different networking event, what does that look like? If someone wanted to go into a space and say, ooh, I get to run into Jessica.
What's the question again?
Like which of those spaces you go into now?
So right now, I do a couple of different things, like, and I got into real estate a couple of years ago.
Right.
6 years ago. I have my license, and I had the opportunity 2 years ago to get a business proposal from Unik Title.
Right.
And Unik Title, our headquarters is Orlando. And this amazing owner,
Right.
she came down to a network event in Southwest Florida, and she saw the opportunity.
Yeah.
But then she was looking around like, who would be the right person?
Yeah.
And she met me, and I never had the experience doing business development directly for a company. And she gave me the opportunity, and I said, yes. I said, yeah, I'll do it. I don't know anything about that, but I'll do it. Yeah. And amazing opportunity. I could say that as time goes, I enjoy it more. Where I only could speak of what I do, as far as the title company or my experience with Unik Title, because I don't know how everybody else does it. But as far as us, and it goes very well with my character and my vision of helping people. We come in as a title company, and we offer brokers and their agents workshops.
Nice.
And we add that value. And without asking for the business.
Wow.
Right? We add that value to them, and we tell them we're going to help them, give them a helping hand. Yeah. Of course, with the idea that, in return, we get that business.
Right.
But at least me, I make sure, to on my end, to be adding that value. And we add that value through our workshops.
Okay.
So with Unik Title, I do monthly workshops, different workshops as far as teaching the agents about marketing, teaching the agents time management. I did a very good workshop that I created about time management, and we do farming. So we do a lot, to come in and give them that tool, give them the tools, and tell them, hey, you're not here alone as a real estate agent. You don't have to do this alone.
Right.
I could help you with marketing. So it's helped, and I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it when an agent tells me, oh my God, Jessie, you did amazing. Thank you so much for helping me. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I feel happy. I feel happy, to help people.
Yeah, I like that.
I've enjoyed that ride with Unik Title. So with them, I do workshops, I do network events, everything in the real estate industry.
Right.
Okay. So anything that's out of real estate industry, then I do with Dash Lifestyle.
Dash, yeah. Now comes to the next question. Between the real estate stuff, Dash Lifestyle, Mom, how challenging is that?
Very hard. Very hard. Very hard. I try to keep a balance.
Okay.
I try my best, to keep a balance. If I feel a couple of days that I'm working too much or going to too much events and I haven't had dinner at home, or I haven't, been enough time with my daughter, the little one. Right? The older ones are older already, but the little one, that's my main focus right now. Then I take the time to pause.
You pull back.
And even if I have events or birthdays or whatever it is, I have to say no. My kids are my priority within anything that I do. Anything, even that dating life, anything that I do. My kids, my mom, she lives with me, thankfully.
Oh, nice.
I took my mom's responsibility when my dad passed away during COVID, and she's been the greatest blessing. That she's my backbone. She is my backbone for everything that I do. We support each other. She needs me, I pause. Same thing. My kids and my family, they know that the priority in our household is grandma.
Right.
It's grandma. It's not even the kids. Right. So it changes a little bit. When you say mom, daughter, no, my mom is our priority. So same thing, we pause automatically. Everybody pauses. If grandma gets sick, if grandma had a surgery, if grandma needs anything, we pause.
We shutting everything down.
That's why. So you told me I'm always on the go. That is one of the reasons why I'm on the go. I am on the go, and that is my biggest why.
I love that.
And it brings happy tears, good tears, mixed emotions. I don't know where I would be without my parents, and my dad, when he passed away, I know that leaving my mom behind.
Yeah.
You know, it was something worrying, you know,
Yeah.
to him going through that stage.
Wow.
So for me, every day that I get up, I don't see it as, oh my God, I gotta get up. No, I get up because I know that one day I'm gonna have to pause and take care of my mom.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
that is my biggest why.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing right there. And that is so beautiful, you know, when you got your parents, because you don't never know when they'll leave us. So
Yeah.
you
And
cherish all of that.
I don't know Jamaican culture, but you know, Latin culture, we don't put our parents in a home.
No.
We don't.
No.
We take care of them. We take care of them. One of the child takes care of them.
That's how our culture is.
Yeah, and I took the responsibility. You know, I just let my brothers know, and I always tell them, don't worry about it. Mom's okay. I took her to the doctor. I did this, but I take the responsibility with so much love.
Wow.
And for me, so much of a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, I remember before my dad passed away and we had to go into that stage where we had to take care of him. And he would cry because he was embarrassed. He was older already, and he's like, no, my daughter, she can't take care of me or shower me. And I would look into my dad's eyes and I'm like, hey, I'm your daughter.
It's okay.
This is a blessing to me.
Yeah.
And he would just cry, and I'm like, no, this is the biggest blessing to me.
Man.
So
you got me crying right
yeah,
now.
so
Oh man, yeah.
So besides my kids, yes, my kids are my greatest blessing, but right now our stage is, you know, grandma.
Yeah.
Grandma
Wow.
in her last years, you know, that she has here.
Yeah,
So
that's beautiful. Now, because of how functioning you are, you know, and energetic with a lot of what you do, some people say, you know, to get their morning started, they got the right music going or they do devotion. What do you do to get your morning started?
I do prayer and devotion.
Beautiful.
And I try to keep away from my phone.
Okay.
Right? If I know that, for example, I'm coming here, I try not to talk to nobody before because I want, and the same thing with an event, you know, I try my mind and my energy to be with what I'm doing, you know, for I could give, you know, even today, right, that I got pulled over. I was like, oh, this is fine. I got pulled over today because I was like a bit, and I was the police comes and he's like, you know, you're speeding. I'm like, it's okay. Here you go. It's like,
you were like, you don't even want to have a conversation.
This is not messing up my day, you know. So
I love that. I love that because you know some women be like, well, I'm beautiful, so I'm just gonna use this beauty right now. I'm gonna charm this officer, and then he's just gonna give me a warning.
No, it is. I tried that once in my life, and it didn't work. And I was like, I'm never doing this again. Here's my license. Give me the ticket.
Yeah, you know, that's how I am now. Like when I was bringing my son back to college the other day, and the cop pulled me up, which didn't even make sense because we're in bushes. Literally, it's all trees.
Yeah.
And literally, I got pulled over, and I'm like, what? Dude, there's not even no speeding sign or whatever, but I'm not saying nothing to him. As soon as he got to me, gave him my license, registration, insurance. Just give me the tickets, bro.
Yeah, just give me the ticket. I'm on the go. Yeah. That's why I was rushing, because I was on the go.
we moving right now with what's, you know, going on with how diverse it is, even in Southwest Florida. You feel a lot of these events that is happening, like the network events, is results coming from those where people are definitely connecting and business are supporting other business?
I believe so. Yeah. And I've learned to be a little bit more straightforward, because before it was a lot of help without asking, right, for that business. Yeah. So I've been a little bit more direct when it comes to business. Like, hey, I'm here to help you, but you know, it has to go hand in hand. Yes. You know, and before I didn't say it. I was like, oh, they'll give me the business whenever. No, I was like, oh, why are they? Why? And then, you know, I started learning with certain people that I do work with closely because they're friends, right? So it's like, why are you not using me? Yeah. Why are you not referring work to me? Yeah. And then, you know, I started like polishing. It's been a long process to get to where I'm at. It's been polished up because nobody tells you, right? Right. That is true. Right? It's like everybody tells you, oh my God, you're amazing at what you do, right? When you're there. Right. But that process, nobody tells you. Nobody tells you you how to pull an event. Nobody's going to give you their ideas. You know, nobody's going to tell you how to negotiate. So for me, it was a learning experience. 8 years of me, like, you know, and now I could say, you know, when it comes to business, I'm more direct. It's strictly more direct, you know, since the beginning, you know, since the first, you know, coffee or whatever it is, the first meeting is like, okay, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Direct to business. Direct to business.
Let's get this done.
Yeah, let's get this done. You want money? I want money. We're all here for money. All right, let's go.
Now, with the culture that you have, what is your favorite food?
So it's called churrasco, but the churrasco for Guatemalans is different to other countries. Churrasco for other countries is just, it's steak. Skirt steak. But churrasco for Guatemalans, they put it in a tortilla, in a flour tortilla that looks like kind of like a pizza. And it's kind of like a round pizza, flour tortilla. They put it's a cream, like kind of like sour cream, but not sour cream. I don't know how to explain it. But they put that, they put the meat, they put beans, they put lettuce. And that's a churrasco for Guatemalans. And then you eat the whole tortilla. Like if it was, let me see what other, I don't know what other country does that, but yeah. It's like a big taco. Like
But the soft shell.
Yeah, soft.
Okay. Maybe I got to try that out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then beans, we beans every day. Black beans. Yeah, we beans every day in our home. Our home always has beans.
Black beans out.
Yeah, and they do it in so many different ways.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about my country? If you ever go or if you ever visit, McDonald's has our breakfast, our Guatemalan breakfast. I don't know if any other country has it, but Guatemalan breakfast is beans, black beans, fried plantains, eggs, right? Over easy eggs, and bread. And crema, like cream.
Wow.
That is Guatemalan, like a Guatemalan typical breakfast. And you go to McDonald's and they have it.
That is dope. That is pretty cool. They might not have that at the McDonald's here, but in Guatemala,
they have it. They have Guatemalan breakfast.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty
Which I thought it was cool, and I was like, wow, this is cool. Yeah.
Now, when last have you got to just hang out with all of your siblings and just kind of have fun a little bit?
So, United States is different, right?
Yes.
We're always busy, always on the go. Everybody focuses on their families. So, for us, we don't get to see each other often. Probably, I would say, my mom's birthday, a day after Christmas. Right? And maybe for Thanksgiving. So I would say probably 3 times a year that we get to see each other and actually be out together.
That is pretty cool right there. I like that. Now, the party scene here is pretty wild. And you have a lot of people when they come into town, they're like, where can we go? If you was to recommend any area, where would you tell them, like, you know, if they wanted to go
party?
have some,
to party? I mean, there's nothing else but downtown Fort Myers. Just jump around, do bar hopping. Have you done bar hopping in downtown Fort Myers? It's so fun.
You know, I have done some hopping. I don't know if I've ever really done it in Fort Myers the way, like, you know where I did it before, which was really cool? I did it on the Strip. When I lived in Fort Lauderdale. I did it on the Strip, on Las Olas. Because the whole Strip is bars and all that stuff. Which, I mean, Fort Myers is getting to that place where you have a lot
downtown
of bars.
Fort Myers, they have... And what I like about downtown Fort Myers is that, or you could dress really nice. Or you could, you know, probably go out in pajamas. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It could be very laid back, or, you know, you could dress nice if you're going out, you know, to an event or whatever. So I think bar hopping would be, you know, what I would say. Like, go have dinner and then go bar hopping. What am I going to say?
Just jump around a little bit. I got to say, though, just the way things have changed, I never thought I would start seeing people out in PJs.
Yeah, there's a few places. I mean, like pajamas, like, you know, like the Christmas pajamas and all that. There's a few places. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I personally has never done it.
Right.
I've seen people and I'm like, oh, that looks like fun, know, but I haven't done it. But
now with the kids, when last have you got to take them up to like Disney, Legoland?
Oh my God, it's the little one. It's probably been a while.
Yeah.
Let me see. The little one. She's been asking for Disney.
She has.
Yeah, but she's been asking on a solo trip with me, like alone.
Oh, she don't want no one else to
no,
come.
nobody else. Nobody else. And before, it was always me and the 3 kids. So now she's like, no, I want to go alone because I want to do whatever I want. She's a little bit grown already. So, but I think probably last year I tried to take them at least once a year.
Nice.
But I took her to. Where was I? I took her to the fair, Lee County Fair, and that was pretty fun.
That is beautiful. Now, for people that would love to get your service, love to do business with you, how can they find you? What does that look like?
Social media? Yeah. Jessie Mendoza.
Okay.
Jessie.doza.
So Jessie.doza, that is on Instagram.
Instagram and Facebook, Jessie Mendoza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's basically the platforms that I use. Okay. I use more Instagram for some reason. That's what I use. And it's worked for me. Yeah. So yeah.
I know, that's beautiful. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I know you guys wanted me to ask her that question. I don't know if she's gonna answer you guys or give you guys the answer that you want to hear. Because you got a few guys that are like, yo, bro, could you find out from her if she's single,
Oh,
bro?
my God. Are you serious? I was not expecting that question. And I don't know. I don't know who's interested. I don't.
Right. So, you guys want me to ask the question? Are you going to give them an answer?
I mean, I'm in a dating season. You know what that means at our age? What does that mean at our age?
In our age, that just means right now there's a few individuals. There's a few options.
We're interviewing.
Yes.
Right? Interview.
We're taking takers. Or however you
And I never imagined my life like this. Yeah. After. You never planned for this, right?
This is true.
But it's kind of nice. It's nice, after you heal, right? Because I'm not going to say at the beginning it's easy, but now for me, that I found peace, that I found how to figure out, how to work, and everything's so calm at home that I could say, okay, I enjoy, having a nice dinner, with somebody that I'm getting to know and just talking like grown adults, not BS, not drama. Yeah. And that's one of the things, that I don't deal with. I don't like it. I'm not the type of person that I like arguing. Right. I'm very communicative, and that's it. If they think I'm too much, then all right, leave me alone. Get out. Get out.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. And it's always where you never get a couple that they're both like mess like that. It's one is calm and then the next one wants to get into that.
I still don't know about that. I don't know. Me and my ex-husband, almost 20 years, never argued.
That's beautiful.
Never argue. A lot of teamwork. Mm-hmm. So we were that power couple. Yeah. I don't need that anymore. At my age, what we need is just support, just to be able to, and I'm pretty sure you've heard it in social media when a woman is, an entrepreneur and doing so much, she doesn't want to be that at home. She wants an actual, somebody that's a leader, that's catering, that's someone that's just there emotionally and mentally to bring in that same peace that she has already.
Right.
And that because she could handle everything else, but that doesn't mean that she's not willing to. Right. So for me, it's I don't like the toxic. Yeah. No, I can't deal with that. So
you guys hearing it? So listen, that is beautiful right there. I love that, and you guys, I hope you were taking notes. It's a beautiful thing. This was so dope, man, just to have you on the show today.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting all the questions around. I got to know everything about Jessie. You know what I say when people have known me through social media for a long time, but not in person. Right. And then they know me in person and they're like, oh, I thought you were different. And I'm like, well, welcome to Jessie's world. Yeah. This is real Jessie's world.
I like that. I like that. And sometimes it's not easy to just put your business out there for people to just come in and violate whatever that looks like. You know?
At our age, we don't care. Like,
We don't even care.
nah, we're over and done. It's like, it is what it is. You like me, you like me. You don't, you don't. It's like
we are fully grown out here. This is
we're
grown
fully
up
grown.
stuff.
You know, we're focused. We have our plans. You know, our vision.
Yes.
Our goals. You know, and I think more than anything, you know, even when it comes like, I don't know. I don't want it to sound bad, but we don't put, you know, that energy or adrenaline into somebody. We put it into our vision, into what we want in life.
Right.
And I think as we get older, you know, and that we see that the importance that life is, family, friends, you know, that we take more, you know, of our dreams more with responsibility. I don't know, at least for me, it's like that.
No, I love that.
Yeah, so
this is beautiful.
thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Listen, guys, you guys are welcome. There you guys have it. Thank you for being on the show
Thank
today.
you.
Oh my goodness. Listen, guys, until our next episode where we have another decorative guest right here at EOS Club. I see you guys next time.
Bye.
That was beautiful. Oh my.
Thanks for tuning in and downloading this episode of Stories to Create. We appreciate you being part of this growing community of storytellers and listeners. If today's conversation inspired you, please share the show with friends, family, or anyone who could use a little motivation in their journey. A special thank you to our sponsors, EHAS Organization, Cornell Bunting LLC, and Nostril Cheese Chase for supporting the mission and making this podcast possible. To learn more about our work, upcoming projects, and how you can get involved, be sure to visit www.cornellbunting.com. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and remember, your story has power.